You always saying, sketching out the hood. So yeah, I heard you man wanted to know about how I met Burna Boy, innit? So yeah, this was. I'm gonna start off with the first time I tried to meet him, which was in 2023 at his. What was his concert called? It's when he released Love Damini. Yeah, it's when he released that album, and he went on tour in June during the summertime. He was it Wembley Stadium? He was in the stadium. Yeah, not his last stadium concert, but the one before that in 2023. So yeah, I tried to meet him there. So what I did was I created a One Piece inspired artwork, which was like it was merged with his Twice as Tall album cover. So basically, if you see on my Instagram or on my website, or I might even put the image on this video or something, so you can understand. What I did was I had a mashup of Burna Boy's Twice as Tall album cover. So Burna Boy as Gear 5 Luffy, there's like this part in One Piece where Luffy turns into a giant in it, and he's grabbing lightning. So I basically drew Burna Boy in that style, doing that in the scene of the Twice as Tall cover up. Do you know what I mean? You'll see it when you do, you understand it. So basically, I made that. That blew up. People loved it, and Burna Boy had a concert. So I thought, you know what, might as well take it to him and see what happens. So I pull up to the stadium. I've got the artwork in my hand, and the first thing I did was I talked to security. So I'm talking to the security, telling them like, yo, I wanna deliver this artwork to Burna Boy, and they're trying to tell me like, okay, we'll see what we can do, this and that, come after the show, this and that, or talk to this guy, talk to that guy, do you know what I mean? So I'm talking to multiple security guards, trying to do as much as I can to be able to deliver it to Burna Boy personally. And at some point I talked to one security guard, he's by this gate which doesn't lead to the backstage, but the backstage is around that area. So I talked to this one security guard, I showed him the artwork. He's like, oh, that's sick, yeah, let me see if I can talk to someone. So he goes around past that gate, and Burna Boy's dad is there. So he talks to Burna Boy's dad, he tells him that, hey yo, this guy wants to give artwork to Burna Boy. I'm like far ahead, so I can't hear what's happening, but I can assume that was what was going on. So then, just based off the body language I saw, he was willing to see the artwork himself. So I said, okay, you know what? Let me roll up there and see what's up. Security guard looks over at me, tells me to come over. So I go through the gates, security lets me go through the gates. I walk through, meet Burna Boy's dad, show him the artwork. He said, yeah, that's amazing. And I'm guessing his intention was, or at least what he was told was, I was gonna just give it over. So I told him I want to give it to Burna Boy myself because I'd like to see his reaction, and I'd like to give it to him personally. So he told me to meet him after the show, or to come back after the show. So I said, okay, cool, I'll come back after the show. So yeah, I assumed that was set in stone. So yeah, the concert happens. The concert was amazing. Performances were amazing. Special guests were incredible, bro. Man brought out Santan Dave, brought out Stormzy, brought out Popcorn, brought out J Hus, bro. It was such an amazing concert, man. Honestly, I was so gassed. Especially seeing Dave, man. I've always wanted to see Dave perform. I was always missing out. So when I saw Dave, I was so gassed, man. I was so gassed. And J Hus as well. J Hus rarely pops out. So when J Hus popped out, I was like, yeah, this was a cold concert, honestly. So yeah, flash forward to the end of the concert, of course, the first thing I'm doing is I'm going to talk to security and tell them what's up, because I was told that I could come back after the show and give it to Burna Boy. So I'm talking to security. I tell one security, and he doesn't believe me. He doesn't believe that Burna Boy's dad told me to pull up. So I'm like, okay, cool. Let me find this guy that I was talking to before, the guy that introduced me. So I'm looking for him. I can't find him. He's nowhere to be found. So I'm like, okay, cool. Let me see if I can actually try and talk to somebody else, or another security guard, or a member of the crew. So I'm trying to talk to multiple people. I'm not really getting the right responses. I talked to one person who claims to be part of the crew. They said, okay, the only way is if you just give it to us, we'll show it to him. So I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm thinking it was like past midnight or something, and I just need to get train home. So I was like, you know what? Let me just hand it over and see what happens, man. So yeah, they got my Instagram, gave me the artwork, and yeah, at that point I just left it there, man. Honestly, I tried my best. I tried talking to everyone, and at that time I just had to take the L. But then about 2 months later, another opportunity came, and that opportunity, Burna Boy had an album signing. This was in August, and the way I found out through his Instagram. He posted on his story that he was going around doing album signings in different areas. So one of them was in London, and when I found out and I saw the date was for the day after. So basically, I'm seeing this the night before the day. So I'm like, rah, I ain't even got a print yet. But I had some money to order the album to get signed and to maybe print something off. The problem was I wasn't able to print a canvas in time. And I really wanted to give it to him as a canvas, but I thought, you know what? Maybe just this time I might have to print out a poster or something, just so I can give something to him. Do you know what I mean? Because I don't know when else I'm gonna be able to meet Burna Boy, bro. Like, even now, I don't think he's done another album signing since. So, yeah, I decided, you know what? The next day, I'm gonna print something quickly, and then I'm gonna dash to that album signing. The album signing, I don't remember what time he said it was starting or ending, but one thing I know for sure is that I printed it out quickly, and I got there on time, got in the line. I'm like, cool, that's calm. So yeah, in the line, it's all cool, it's all calm. We go inside, we got the album, had some fun, met some great people. Yeah, man. I got a caricature of myself. This guy was drawing caricatures of people. I was like, yeah, let me get one myself, and it looks cold. Yeah, that's one of the things that got me into practicing caricature as well. I never used to draw caricature like that, but yeah, I just thought, you know what, after that, now I'm kind of interested in practicing caricature and drawing like that. But yeah, off topic, we wait for Burna Boy. We're waiting hours. I was there since like around 2 or 3 o'clock. Burna Boy didn't pull up until like 7. So I was like, rah. Okay, cool. He pulls up. Once he's inside, he gets straight on the table, starts doing the album signings. I'm like, great, cool, we're here. So yeah, my turn pulls up. I show him the artwork, and he loves it. And yeah, man. I mean, I didn't manage to get a picture with him holding the artwork. I think because the person that was recording with my phone. So usually when you go to an album signing, there's like a person that takes your phone and does the picture and the video for you. So the reason why we didn't get a picture with it was mainly because they didn't record Burna Boy's reaction. Do you know what I mean? So it was too quick. Basically, they got a picture with us, but with us together and that. But yeah, it just happened all so fast. So they didn't take a video of his reaction. So you can only see like me shaking hands with Burna Boy, and I'm about to pull out the artwork to show him, and then they just stop the video. It is what it is. It's calm in it, but I managed to get like a picture of Burna Boy smiling, holding the artwork in his hand. Do you know what I mean? So at least I got that. And yeah, man, that whole situation just taught me like sometimes you just gotta take the L and then try again. Do you know what I mean? At first you don't succeed, try and try again. That's one of the things I learned. And secondly, you always gotta be ready. If I had kept to that canvas, I wouldn't have had to buy another print. I would have just been like, you know what? Maybe Burna Boy will come round again and I could give him the canvas. But yeah, you gotta stay ready so you don't have to get ready. You gotta be ready for opportunity at all times. Do you know what I mean? Like even though I had to go and buy the print before meeting Burna Boy, at least I was ready to buy a print. At least I was ready to get something. Do you know what I mean? I was still prepared in some way. So if you know that you wanna be catching these opportunities, whether it's meeting celebrities or meeting important networks or getting your artwork out there, you gotta stay ready. You always gotta be ready. Like another example I would use is I always carry business cards wherever I go. So in case I meet somebody important or I meet a potential client or somebody who could be interested in my work, I give them a business card. I'm staying ready so I don't have to get ready. I've got my contact details just like that. Do you know what I mean? Because giving people your socials can only do so much, especially with the algorithm and how that moves. You're not always gonna have your work being put out to many people. Not everyone's gonna see your work because of the algorithm. So sometimes you gotta give somebody something physical with your details on it so they can see that, and whenever they do, they'll remember. Yeah, but that's basically how I met Burna Boy, and it was amazing, man. Like Burna is definitely a down to earth type of guy. So yeah, you can tell that he's just a calm person. You know what I'm saying? Like, when he meets his fans, he's very wholesome as well. Like I saw how he was talking and interacting with the people that I met over there, and yeah, he treated everybody very well. He treated everyone fairly. He's not one of these stuck up celebrities that look down on their fans and stuff like that. He ain't like that. He's actually pretty chill. But yeah, I'm glad I got to meet him, and I'm glad I didn't give up, and I'm glad I was ready to print something out. But yeah, that's how I met Burna Boy, man. There you go. But yeah, if you like that story and you want to hear more, let me know. Obviously, you can check on my website to see who else I've met, and if you want to know any stories behind those link ups, let me know, comment below. And yeah, I'm gonna set something up. But yeah, thank you for watching, and if you do like these stories and you want to keep updated, I suggest you subscribe so you don't miss out. But yeah, BTA out. Peace.